That's my problem. We gotta wait till his animation's done. Oh! What draws me to Paul? You see my arcade stick back there? You see that arcade stick right there? That's King. And Tekken 7, I played a lot of King. I didn't play a lot of ranked, but I was decent. I was decent. I was good enough to be like, yo, don't play with that guy. That's where I was at in Tekken 7. Don't ease up. He plays. He has a low rank as a title, but he still kind of plays. All right. So I was using King, but I wasn't getting the results that I wanted because they forced you to play King a very specific way in Tekken 8. And that way to play King wasn't fun to me. And then King was a little slow in this version of the game. And when I say slow, it means like, hey, I don't want to play this character that way. You have to play him a very specific way in this game. And I just didn't like it. The legacy with King, it was there, but it wasn't there, right? That's what Tekken's about. And this is the first Tekken that doesn't have a full-on, I learned this in this game, and it's carrying over to Tekken 8. It doesn't do that as fluidly. It does it, but not as fluid as it did in the King of Iron Fist tournaments Enter the Tekken, going from Tekken 6, Tekken 7 to Tekken Tag, right? So now I was like, man, I really need to get back to basics. I really need to get back to the basics. What characters are deemed this is Tekken? So we can do this. We can do this. See, you like getting me off track. Well, granted, I don't mind because that's what streaming is about. Getting the content creator to make content and talk to you, right? That's what content creation is about. You know, it's about that. Making sure your community is able to communicate with you, and you ultimately are a draw, right? And I am a draw. So let's start with Tekken. Let's start with the original Tekken. There it is, Brother Lee. The original Tekken came out in 1994, and here's kind of the roster that we had. Wait, let's try to find the roster. Tekken original roster. Let's take a look at this. Kuma is Tekken. I refuse. Rock, believe any other option. I don't know a single bear player who complains about their character. No, I kind of feel you on that. So let's look at the original Tekken roster, and we're going back to so I'm making my point. So we kind of look at this original Tekken roster here, and let's open this in a new tab. Let's zoom in. So we have like Anna, she's Tekken. Armor King is Tekken. Devil, questionable, bonus character. Gunryu is Tekken. See, all these characters, these base characters, are what we can consider Tekken. And guess which character is here that I chose? Paul. Paul is Tekken. This game was made around characters like Paul, Kazuya, King, Hayachi, Jack, Yotamitsu. We can throw Kuma in there. We could. That's Konomitsu, but Yotamitsu. I mean, look at the base character roster over here. This one right here. Let's take a look at this picture, right? Let's base picture, open tab. Yotamitsu, Nina, Law, Kazuya, Paul, Law, Paul, Jack, King, and Michelle, right? That is base Tekken. That is base Tekken right here. So now, let's go over this way and why I chose Paul. So let's go to Tekken 2. Tekken 2. Tekken 2 is the same way. It takes those characters from the original one and they expand on it. And these characters here, they are Tekken. Like the core, what makes Tekken Tekken, it's very core Tekken. So now this one has characters like Lee. Where's Lee at in this one? There it is, Lee, he was introduced here. You get Gunryu again. We have Law as a new character here, but notice you have the core characters. And remember, at this point, Hayachi is a smash between Paul Phoenix and Kazuya Mishima. That's how they did boss characters in the back in the day. They smashed different characters together and said, boom, here it is. Take it or leave it, right? Don't at me. I'm $1 million baby, right? So now let's go over here to Tekken 3. Tekken 3 roster. I think this is a good one. Base roster, here we are again. Why I'm choosing Paul. Let's open this up in the new tab. He's still there. Paul is still there. I know there's a lot of other characters that you're like, well, what about that one? But those core characters are still there. We introduced new guys that are, base Tekken. But Paul, he's still here. Let's talk about characters that are still here from Tekken 1 and 2. Yotomitsu, Nina, Law, Paul, King, technically Hayachi, Kuma, technically Michelle, we got June instead, Anna, and Jack. That is Tekken. That is core Tekken right there. So now we can keep on going. We can go for days and days and days about core Tekken, what Tekken is and what Tekken isn't, and blah, blah, blah. But my point is that Paul, for me, is core Tekken. So me going back and saying, all right, King isn't doing it for me. King is core and base Tekken, right? But he's very specific in where you play. No different than Zangief. Zangief is core and base Street Fighter, right? But when you play Street Fighter, who is core Street Fighter? Ryu, Ken. If you want to learn a charge character and there's other charge characters in it, you're gonna pick up Guile, And I feel like that if I want to learn Tekken and I don't want to do all that grappling stuff, Tekken is Paul. He's been in every single Tekken. They haven't really taken a lot away from him. If they have, it's to either buff him or nerf him. Of course they have. But that's Tekken. That's Tekken right there. And that's ultimately why I chose Paul. It's like, if I really want to learn Tekken and there's no gimmicks there, no tadas, that's Paul. Even with Nina, she's definitely evolved over time to be like, there's a little gimmick here, Kazuya, he hasn't been in Tekken the same way that Paul has been in Tekken. I know there's other Mishima players out there like, no. I'm like, I get it, but this is just my opinion. I think Paul is pure Tekken. That's just, again, all my opinion. I think Jack is another character. Jack is pure Tekken. All opinion. I'm pretty sure people are going to be like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not pure Tekken. Okay, so what? It's not pure Tekken to you. It's just my opinion. I like what I like who I like, and I thought Paul would help me get better at understanding Tekken. And that's why I did it, Brian. I like your talks. I think that's your best. We're cold. $6 million. Flawless.